Hello students, welcome to our channel Naveen's Maths Gallery. Students, in this channel we are going to upload maths videos from 6th to 10th classes, each and every chapter, all exercises. Dear students, utilize this opportunity to improve your maths ability in this pandemic situation. Stay in your home and follow my videos, copy down that notes. It is very helpful to your homework too. In this video, we are going to discuss 8th class chapter number 1, rational numbers. In this video, we are going to discuss that introduction and exercise 1.1. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share my videos and follow my videos. In this 8th class, the first chapter is rational numbers. So we learned already in previous classes what is natural numbers, whole numbers and integers and fractions, right? So now we are going to discuss about these rational numbers, after that integers and all, right? So now what is the definition? Let us see here. So the definition of that rational numbers is which can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equals to 0 are called rational numbers. Already we know that in previous classes we learned that fractions, what is the definition of that fraction? Which can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are whole numbers, that is called fractions. But here what is rational numbers here? Which can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers, that is very, very important. So that means we are taking these integers, that is negative and positives, right? In that fractions we did not take that negative, so you can take that only positives, right? That's why we define that fractions which can be written in the form of a by b, where a and b are whole numbers. But here we are taking integers, right? So be careful when we define that rational numbers and fractions here. Okay, which can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equals to 0 are called rational numbers. Because why we take that q is not equals to 0? Where in that denominator, when we take that 0 division by 0 is not defined, right? So that's why it is q is not equals to 0 are called rational numbers. It is denoted by capital Q. Understand? So there are two types of rational numbers are there, that is positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. So when we call that positive rational numbers, if the both numerator and denominator are positive or negative, we call it as positive rational numbers. If any one of the numerator and denominator is negative, that is negative rational numbers. Understand? Look at that. These rational numbers are also called quotient numbers. These rational numbers is also called rational quotient numbers. That's why it is denoted by the first letter of that quotient number, Q. Understand? So that's why it is denoted by Q. Okay. Let us see. So all natural numbers and whole numbers and integers are also rational numbers. All fractions are also rational numbers. Understand? But all rational numbers need not be necessarily fractions, and integers and whole numbers are natural numbers, right? So why we take that natural numbers, whole numbers, integers are rational numbers? It is in the form of that p by q. Yes, we can write in that p by q form. Look at that. So that is natural numbers, which we should write it as that is 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1, like that, right? So that whole numbers also 0 by 1 and 0 by 2, we write that zeros like this. Okay, 0 by 3 and 0 by 4. So that 0 we should write in that form of p by q like this. Okay, like that integers are also rational numbers only. Understand, children? Let us see the properties of rational numbers. Okay, so already we know that properties of integers and properties of whole numbers already we learned in the previous classes. So by the same properties we can use in these rational numbers also. But let us see some slight difference that between that rational numbers and integers and all. Let us see. So first property, that is closure property. So what is that closure property? If a and b are any two rational numbers, then a plus b or a minus b or a into b is also a rational number. This property is called closure property. Understand? If a and b are any two rational numbers, then a plus b or a minus b or a into b is also a rational number. That means a plus b is also a rational number. That is closure property under addition. A minus b is also a rational number. That is closure property under subtraction. A into b is also a rational number. That is closure property under multiplication. Right? So these rational numbers of closure property satisfies under addition, subtraction and multiplication. Understand, children? Let us see one more property, that is commutative property. So what is that commutative property? If a and b are any two rational numbers, then a plus b equals to b plus a, or a into b equals to b into a. So this property is known as commutative property. Look at that, a plus b is equals to b plus a. So this is commutative property under addition. Right? So that is a into b is equals to b into a. This is commutative property under multiplication. This commutative property in this rational number satisfies under addition and multiplication only. It is not satisfies under subtraction and division. Understand? Right. Next property is associative property. Let us see here. If a comma b comma c are any three rational numbers, then a plus b plus c equals to a plus b plus c, or a into b into c equals to a into b into c. So this is very important. This is a plus b plus c is equals to a plus b plus c. This is associative property under addition in that rational numbers. Okay, now a into b into c is equals to a into b into c. This is also associative property under multiplication. So in these rational numbers, that associative property satisfies under addition and multiplication only, right? So this is not satisfied under subtraction and division. Okay, look at that distributive property. Distributive property means if a comma b comma c are any three rational numbers, then a into b plus c equals to a into b plus a into c. Right? So look at that, a into b plus c equals to a into b plus a into c. This property is known as distributive property. So look at that one more time. That is closure property, children. Here we have one doubt, right? So that is if you divide that any integer, so that becomes also that is rational number, right? That is in the form of p by q only. But only one reason, that is divided by 0, it not defined, right? So that's the reason it is not satisfied under division, this closure property. So except that remaining all satisfied under this division, this closure property satisfies under division, exclude that 0. So because division by 0, it's not defined, that's why it is not we can take that we cannot take that division here. Understand, children? Right. One more property on these rational numbers, that is additive identity. Look at that. What is additive identity? If a is an integer, then a plus 0 equals to 0 plus a equals to a. Here 0 is called additive identity for any rational numbers. Okay, here when we add any rational number to 0 or 0 to any rational number, that becomes same only. Here 0 is acting like a identities. That's why here 0 is called additive identity for any rational numbers. Right? So let us see one more identity, that is multiplicative identity. What is that? Multiplicative identity. If a is an integer, then a into 1 equals to 1 into a equals to a. Here 1 is called multiplicative identity for any rational numbers. Look at that. When we multiply any rational number by 1 or 1 by any rational number, that becomes same, the number itself. So here 1 is acting like identity. That's why 1 is called multiplicative identity for any rational numbers. Understand? So let us see additive inverse. What is additive inverse? Inverse means opposite symbol. Additive inverse means opposite symbol. Right? So look at that. If a is an integer, then a plus of minus a equals to minus a plus a is equals to 0. Here a and minus a are called additive inverse to each other. Here when we add to that, that is one positive and one negative of that same numbers, it becomes 0. That's why here that a and minus a are called additive inverse to each other. So additive inverse of A is minus A and additive inverse of minus A is plus A here. Okay, children. Now let us see multiplicative inverse. So if A is an integer, then A into 1 by A is equals to 1 by A into A is equals to 1. Here A and 1 by A are called multiplicative and inverse to each other, right? Already we know that multiplicative inverse is nothing but reciprocal. Understand? Multiplicative inverse is nothing but reciprocal only. Here, what is the reciprocal of A? 1 by A. 1 by A is the reciprocal of A. That's why here A and 1 by A are called multiplicative inverse to each other. Okay? Let us see here the clear picture of these properties of rational numbers, that is in which one it is satisfies under addition or subtraction or multiplication or division. So look at that one by one here. This closure property, it satisfies under addition, right? So that's why it is A plus B belongs to Q. So this symbol we are using for belongs to. Look at that, this is belongs to. This is not belongs to. Understand? Look at that. This is equal. This is not equal. These are the symbols in mathematics we are using generally, right? So look at that. So the closure property, see, it is satisfies under addition, right? It is satisfied under subtraction and it is satisfied under multiplication also, and it is satisfied under division also, but exclude that 0, because 0 divided by any number, that is 0 only, but division by 0, right? So look at that, division by 0, it not defined. So that's why exclude that 0, division by 0. So that is, it is satisfied under division, right? So look at that now, commutative property, it is satisfied under addition, it is not satisfied under subtraction, and it is satisfied under multiplication. So it is not satisfied under division, right? So look at that, that is A plus B equals to B plus A, that is commutative property. A into B equals to B into A, that is commutative property. Understand? So now let us see what is associative property. A plus B plus C equals to A plus B plus C. It is satisfies under addition, right? So now let us see here, that is not satisfied under subtraction. Now here that is satisfied under multiplication. It is not satisfied under division. Now distributive property, it is only satisfied under addition and subtraction. Yes, it is A into B plus C equals to AB plus AC, and A into B minus C is equals to AB minus AC. This is also satisfied, this distributive property under subtraction, but it is not applicable for this multiplication and division, right? So now let us see that properties of rational numbers. This is that, so which under which operation it is satisfied. That closure property is satisfied under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. But commutative property and associative property only satisfies under addition and multiplication only. It is not satisfied under multiplication. It is not satisfied under subtraction and division, right? Sorry, it is not satisfied under subtraction and division. It is only satisfies under addition and multiplication only, right, children? Yes, I hope you are all understood this properties of rational numbers now, right? Exercise 1.1. First question, name the property involved in the following examples. By using the properties, we name the properties. What is the involved in these following examples? Let us say that first one, okay, that is 8 by 5 plus 0 equals to 8 by 5 equals to 0 plus 8 by 5. So this is additive identity. Additive identity property. So this property is additive identity property. So let us say that next one. So this property is 2 into 3 by 5 plus 1 by 2, that equals to 2 into 3 by 5 plus 2 into 1 by 2. Right? This is A into B plus C equals to A into B plus A into C. That is distributive property. So that is distributive property. Okay. So next one is, look at that. So 3 by 7 into 1 equals to 3 by 7 is equals to 1 into 3 by 7. Yes, that is multiplicative identity property. Multiplicative identity property. Multiplicative identity. right? So now next one is, look at that, this is also multiplicative identity property only, multiplicative identity property, identity. Okay, so look at that next one. So this property is, so a plus b into b plus a, right? So this is commutative property. 2 by 5 plus 1 by 3 equals to 1 by 3 plus 2 by 5. That is commutative property. Commutative property, right? So that is next one is, so look at that. This is 5 by 2 into 3 by 7 is equals to 15 by 14. This is closure property. Closure property. Okay, closure property. Next one, 7a plus of minus 7a equals to 0. Here additive inverse to each other. That is additive inverse. Additive inverse. Inverse property. Additive inverse. So the next one is, so look at that, x into 1 by x equals to 1, where x is not equals to 0. This is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse property. Okay, and last one, look at that, that is ninth one, 2 into x plus 2 into 6 equals to 2 into x plus 6. Already I said that, that is distributive property. Yes, distributive property. Distributive property. Okay, so like that we should write that name of that properties for these examples. Okay, yes, question number 2. Write the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverses of the following. Additive inverse means that is nothing but opposite symbol. Multiplicative inverse means that is nothing but reciprocals. Okay, so write the additive and the multiplicative inverses of the following. This is minus 3 by 5, 1, 0, 7 by 9 and minus 1. Let us write here, that is first one is minus 3 by 5 and the second one is 1 and the third one is 0 and the fourth one is, so that is 7 by 9 and the fifth one is, that is minus 1. Let us write that additive inverse and multiplicative inverse here. Okay, additive inverse. Okay, additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. Right here, multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Okay, right? So now, so what is that first one? Minus 3 by 5, right? So what is the additive inverse of this minus 3 by 5? Yes, that is 3 by 5. Okay, so additive inverse of minus 3 by 5 is 3 by 5. So that is opposite symbol, right? So here multiplicative inverse means we did not change that symbol here. So but we write that reciprocal, right? So that is 5 by minus 3. Okay, so now what is the additive inverse of 1? That is minus 1. Okay, multiplicative inverse of 1 is 1 only. 1 by 1 means that is 1 only, right? Now 0. So additive inverse of 0 is 0 only. So because additive inverse of 0, 0, because that is 0 is neither positive nor negative, right? So now multiplicative inverse of 0, it is not defined. Not defined. Because 0 by any number, that is 0, but any number by 0 is, that is not defined. Okay, not defined. So that's why. Okay, 7 by 9. What is the additive inverse of 7 by 9? That is minus 7 by 9. So multiplicative inverse of 7 by 9, that is 9 by 7. So last one, that is minus 1. Additive inverse of minus 1, that is plus 1. Okay, multiplicative inverse of minus 1, that is minus 1 only. So minus 1 by 1, that is minus 1 only. So that is the additive inverse and multiplicative inverse of this following, right? Question number 3, fill in the blanks. Okay, so we write that missing digits by using that properties here. Okay, so write that. So first one, minus 1 by 17 plus dash equals to minus 12 by 5 plus minus 1 by 17. So according to that commutative property, that missing digit is here, that is minus 12 by 5, minus 12 by 5, right? Minus 12 by 5. Okay, so the next one is they given that wrong here, keep that minus here. Okay, so now minus 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3 plus dash equals to minus 2 by 3, so that is 0. So when we add that 0, that is equals to the number itself. This is a additive identity property according to that. Okay, now third one, that is multiplicative identity. By using that multiplicative identity property, when we multiply that 1 into same number, that is 9 by 11, that equals to 9 by 11 only, right? Now fourth one, look at that, minus 12 plus 5 by 6 plus 6 by 7 equals to minus 12 by minus 12 plus 5 by 6 plus that is 6 by 7, by using that associative property here. Okay, now look at that, according to distributive property here, they given the 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4 into 1 by 3 here, 1 by 3. So according to this is we multiply by 3 by 4. So when we add that 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, we should multiply that 3 by 4 according to that distributive property, right? 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, that means a into b plus c equals to a into b plus a into c, right? So like that. Okay, now sixth one, minus 16 by 7 plus dash equals to minus 16 by 7. This is according to that second problem only. So now we should keep that 0 here. Minus 16 by 7 plus 0 equals to minus 16 by 7, the number itself only, when we add that 0 to any number, any rational number, right? Okay. That's question number 4. Multiply 2 by 11 by the reciprocal of minus 5 by 14, right? So minus 5 by 14 here. Okay, now write the solution, right? Now write the solution here. Okay, so multiply 2 by 11 into the reciprocal of, now reciprocal of 5 by 11, reciprocal of minus 5 by 14, sorry, minus 5 by 14. So now write it that, so 2 by 11 into, what is the reciprocal of this minus 5 by 14? So that is 14 by minus 5. Look at that, which implies that is 14 2s are 28. We should multiply the product of numerators by product of denominators, right? So 14 2s are 28 by, so that is minus 5 into 11, that is minus 55. So we should write that minus 55. So that is 28 by minus 55. That is the answer. Okay. Question number 5. Which properties can be used in computing 2 by 5 into 5 into 7 by 6 plus 1 by 3 into 3 into 4 by 11? Okay. Let us write that answer here. Okay. So write the solution. The properties are involved in the product of 2 by 5 into 5 into 7 by 6 plus 1 by 3 into 3 into 4 by 11. So let us see what are the properties are involved in the product of this. That is, first one, multiplicative associative property, right? This is multiplicative associative property, right? Associative property. The second one, multiplicative inverse, right? Multiplicative inverse, right? Okay. Now third one is multiplicative identity. And last one is closure with addition. That is last one, closure with addition. Okay. Addition. So these are the properties involved in this product, children. right? Question number 6. Verify the following. 5 by 4 plus of minus 1 by 2 plus minus 3 by 2 equals to 5 by 4 plus minus 1 by 2 plus minus 3 by 2. Let us verify it. Okay. So look at that. Solution. So now we should write that LHS here. That is 5 by 4 minus 1 by 2, because that is plus of minus, that should be minus, that's why we should write that minus here. Okay, so that's it, plus of minus, that is also minus, so minus 3 by 2 here. Okay, now write that RHS here, that is 5 by 4, right? So plus of this is minus 1 by 2 and plus of minus, that is minus 3 by 2. Okay, so write this one here. So let us write this 5 by 4 minus 1 by 2, this is the LCM is 4, and here that is 5 minus, this is 2 2s are 4, that's why it is 1 2s are 2, that is 5 minus 2, and minus of 3 by 2, that is okay. So already we know that how to calculate these fractions of that subtractions, right? So now this side here, that is 5 by 4 and plus of this is, these two are like fraction. That's why minus 1 by 2 and minus 3 by 2, that is minus 4 by 2. 4 by 2. Okay. So look at that. This one 5 minus 2 by 4, that is 3 by 4 minus 3 by 2. Okay. So look at that. This is again, this is LCM is 4 and 4 ones are 4. That's why 3 ones are 3 and minus 2 3s are 2 2s are 4. That's why 2 3s are 6. That is 3 minus 6 by 4. Look at that this side, that is 5 by 4 minus 4 by 2. So here also, that is LCM is 4 and this is 5 minus 8. Okay. So look at that, this is, that equals to 3 minus 6, that is minus 3 by 4, and here also that is minus 3 by 4, right? So now LHS equals to RHS, both are the same answers, you'll get that same answers. Look at that. Now this is the same, yes, right? Minus 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4. So that's why it is LHS equals to RHS. So hence it is verified. Hence it is verified. Right, that hence it is verified. Okay, right. Question number 7. Evaluate 3 by 5 plus 7 by 3 plus of minus 2 by 5 plus of minus 2 by 3 after rearrangement. Let us write that solution now here. Okay, so look at that. So we rearrange that numbers like this, that is 3 by 5 plus of minus 2 by 5. So these two are the same denominators, right? That's why you write like this, and plus 7 by 3 plus of minus 2 by 3. Understand? So look at that, these two are like fractions and these two are having same denominator, that's why these two are like fractions, right? Now we easily write that, that is, so 3 by 5 minus 2 by 5, because plus of minus minus, that's why it is okay. Now plus of, that is 7 by 3 plus of minus, that is also minus 2 by 3, right? Okay, so that equals to, that is a 3 by 5 minus 2 by 5. So we should subtract that numerators only here. We write that denominators as the same. That is the like fractions. That's why. Okay. So 3 minus 2, that is 1 by 5 plus, that is 7 minus 2, that is 5 by 3. Right. So look at that here, 5 and 3. What is the LCM? 5 3s are 15. The 2 are prime numbers. That's why that LCM is 15. Right. So now, so 5 3s are 15 in this denominator. That's why in that numerator also we multiply by 3. That's 1 3s are 3 plus, and here 3 5s are 15. That's why 5 3s are 5 5s are 25. Okay. So now that equals to, yes, that equals to 25 plus 3, that is 28 by 15. 28 by 15. So it is not cancelled by any number. That's why this is the answer only. Okay, children? Yes. Question number 8. Subtract 3 by 4 from 1 by 3. Subtract minus 32 by 13 from 2. Okay. Subtract minus 7 from minus 4 by 7. Look at that, children. So we subtract 3 by 4 from 1 by 3. That's why we should subtract this 3 by 4 from this 1 by 3. Yes, that's why you should write that. That is 1 by 3 minus 3 by 4, right? So this is very, very important, right? So look at that, 3 4s are 12, that is the LCM here. Okay, so 3 and 4, LCM of that 3 and 4 is 12, right? So 3 4s are 12, that's why 1 4s are 1, sorry, 1 4s are 4 minus 4 3s are 12, that's why that numerator also we should multiply by 3, that 3 3s are 9. Okay, that equals to 4 minus 9, that is minus 5. Yes, minus 5 by 12. So that is the answer. Okay, let us see that second one. Okay, so that equals to, we should subtract this minus 32 by 13 from this 2. Yes, from this 2, right? So look at that, 2 minus of minus 32 by 13. Okay, so look at that here, minus of minus plus, right? So 2 plus 32 by 13. So 2 means here by 1, right? So look at that, that equals to, that LCM is 13. We crossly multiplied this. 13 2s are 26 plus 32, right? So that equals to 26 plus 32, that is 58 by 13. 58 by 13, that is. Okay, so this is that answer. Okay, children, let us see that next one. So this is, we should subtract minus 7 from minus 4 by 7. So that's why we should write that minus 4 by 7 at first, then minus of minus 7, minus of minus 7. So this is, it becomes minus 4 by 7, minus of minus, that should be plus, right? So that is plus 7. Okay, so that equals to, that is here by 1, right? 7 by 1 it means, so that LCM is 7 now. So minus 4 plus 7 sevens are 49. So we crossly multiply that, because 1 sevens are 7, that's why we should multiply that numerator also by 7. That's why 7 sevens are 49. So that equals to minus 4 plus 49, that is 45. It is one negative and one positive, that's why we should subtract it. 45 by 7, that is, it should be positive. Okay, so 45 by 7, it not cancel that. So that is that answer only, right? Okay, right. Question number 9. What number should be added to minus 5 by 8 so as to get minus 3 by 2? What number should be added to minus 5 by 8 so as to get minus 3 by 2? Let us see that solution here. Okay, right? So that number be x, right? So we don't know, right? So that's why the number be x here, the number be x. Okay, so now according to problem here, so look at that, write it there, according to problem, according to problem. Okay, according to problem. So that is, if we added to minus 5 by 8, it becomes minus 3 by 2, right? So look at that. What number should be added to minus 5 by 8 so as to get minus 3 by 2? So that's why we should write this equation like that. X plus of minus 5 by 8 is equals to minus 3 by 2. Let us see which implies. So if we transpose this minus 5 by 8 from this side to RHS, okay. So let us see, x equals to minus 3 by 2, it becomes plus. Minus 5 by 8, it becomes plus here. Okay, 5 by 8. Okay, which implies x equals to, that is here, what is the LCM of that 2 and 8? So that is 8 only, right? So because here the biggest number is the multiple of that smallest number, then the biggest number is LCM. So now here 2 4s are 8, that's why minus 3 4s are minus 12 plus 5. Okay, so which implies, look at that here, minus 12 plus 5, how much it is? Yes, that is minus 7 by 8. So therefore, the number is equals to, the number is equals to minus 7 by 8. So that is that answer, right? Question number 10. The sum of two rational numbers is 8. If one of the number is minus 5 by 6, find the other. This is the question. Let us see the solution, children. Right, solution here. Okay, so the other number bx, okay, the other number we don't know, right? So the other number bx, okay. So one of the number they given that one of the number is equals to minus 5 by 6. Okay, so by the problem, so the sum of two rational numbers is 8. They given that, right? So that is the sum of two rational numbers. So that is one of the number is minus 5 by 6 and the other number we don't know, that be x, that equals to 8. Okay, which implies now we should transpose this minus 5 by 6 from the LHS to RHS. It becomes plus 5 by 6. Okay, so then x equals to 8 plus 5 by 6. Understand? So look at that, then x equals to, so 6 8s are 48 plus 5 by 6 this is. Okay, so that equals to how much it is? 48 plus 5, how much it is? 53 by 6. 53 by 6. So therefore, so the other number, so the number is equals to 53 by 6. Okay, that is that number. Okay, children. Question number 11. Is subtraction associative in rational numbers? Explain with an example. Okay, let us see that solution here, right? So write that associative property under subtraction. What is that associative property under subtraction? Associative property under subtraction, right? So what is that? A minus B minus C is equals to A minus B minus C. That is that associative property under subtraction, right? So take that, let A equals to 1 by 4, okay, and B equals to 3 by 4 and C equals to 5 by 4. Okay, now substitute in that place of that A, B, C there, okay, which implies 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4 minus 5 by 4 is equals to 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4 minus 5 by 4. So which implies that is 1 by 4 minus of minus 2 by 4. This is because 3 minus 5 is minus 2, right? Minus 2 by 4, that equals to, this is my 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4, that is also minus 2 by 4 minus 5 by 4. This is okay, which implies that is 1 by 4 minus of minus, that should be plus, right? Plus 2 by 4. How much it is? That is 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4. It is equals to minus 2 by 4 minus 5 by 4, that is minus 7 by 4. Is this equal? So no, it is not equal, right? So 3 by 4 is not equals to minus 7 by 4. So that's why it is LHS is not equals to RHS, right? LHS is not equals to RHS. Therefore, A minus B minus C is not equals to A minus B minus C, right? So therefore, subtraction is not an associative under subtraction. Associative under subtraction in rational numbers. Right, children? Okay. Question number 12. Verify that minus of minus x equals to x for x equals to 2 by 15, x equals to minus 13 by 15. Let us verify it. So take that first one. Okay. So they given that x equals to 2 by 15, right? Let us substitute in the place of that minus x. Here minus of minus x, that equals to minus of minus 2 by 15, right? So that is minus of minus, that should be plus, that is 2 by 15. So that is equals to x only, right? So that's why it is verified. Okay, so yes it is minus of minus x equals to minus of minus x equals to x only here. Okay, let us see that second one. In that second one, okay, so minus of minus x, so that equals to minus of minus, already they given that minus again, so minus of minus 13 by 15. Okay, so now let us see minus of minus, that should be plus, plus into minus, that is also minus, right? Minus 13 by 15. So that is equals to x only, right? So now it is also verified. It is verified. So here also, that is minus of minus x is equals to x only, right? So it is verified. Question number 13, write the set of numbers which do not have any additive identity. Right? Which numbers which do not have any additive identity? The set of natural numbers does not have any additive identity, because the additive identity of any number is that is 0, but there is no 0 in that natural numbers, right? So that's why the set of natural numbers does not have any additive identity. Okay, write that, children, here. The set of natural numbers, the set of natural numbers does not have any additive identity, okay? There is no zero in the natural numbers, okay? Okay, right. Let us see next one. The rational number that does not have any reciprocal. The rational number that does not have any reciprocal. Which rational number does not have any reciprocal? Yes, that is 0. The rational number 0 does not have any reciprocal, because division by 0 is not defined. That's why the rational number 0 does not have any reciprocal, right? So write it down there. The rational number 0 does not have any reciprocal, right? 1 by 0, that means division by 0 is not defined, that's why. Okay, right? So let us see that this third question, the reciprocal of a negative rational number. So the reciprocal of negative rational number is negative rational number only, right? So write it that the reciprocal of a negative rational number is negative rational number is negative rational number only, negative rational number okay, right? Look at that example. Okay, reciprocal of minus 2 by 5, that is minus 5 by 2. There is no change in that symbols, but that fraction only it should be reciprocal, that's it. Okay, right, children? Right. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and share my videos. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, Naveen's Maths Gallery. Thank you.